The buzz around the world of boxing is currently centered on one of the sport's most anticipated rematches, Gervonta Tank Davis vs Lamont Roach Jr. The two fighters are set to revisit the ring after their controversial first encounter, which left fans and pundits debating the outcome. Davis, who was considered by many to be the clear favorite heading into the first fight, is now in a position where his reputation is on the line. The question on everyone's mind is whether Roach, after a strong performance in the first bout, can prove that he has what it takes to defeat the knockout artist in a decisive rematch. Davis's fight against Roach was filled with drama, not only due to the performances of both fighters but also because of the controversial ruling of the fight. Roach, many believe, should have walked away with the win. A specific moment from the fight has caused confusion and debate, a moment when Davis's knee buckled and he was clearly in distress, which some feel should have been ruled a knockdown. Had the referee deemed it a knockdown, Roach would have secured a career-defining victory. But, because the ruling was not made, the outcome of the fight remained up in the air, fueling the desire for a rematch. The call for a rematch, however, was not just driven by the controversy of the first fight, but by the demand from fans and experts alike. Many felt that the only way to settle the debate surrounding the fight's outcome was through a clear and definitive rematch. Given the nature of the first fight, where there was no decisive winner, both camps agreed that a return to the ring was necessary. This rematch had been part of Davis's contract, ensuring that in the event of a draw or a loss, the opportunity for a rematch would be in place. As reports suggest, June 21 in Las Vegas is being eyed as the likely date for the showdown, signaling that the rematch could be just around the corner. What makes this rematch even more exciting is the shift in perception of both fighters. When the two first met, Roach was largely seen as the underdog, with many expecting Davis to dominate the fight. But now, with the controversy surrounding the result and the lingering feeling that Roach may have been unfairly denied a win, the narrative has changed. Many now believe Roach should have been crowned the winner of the first fight. The dynamic has shifted from Roach being the underdog to being a legitimate threat to Davis's crown. Fighters who prove they belong often come back stronger in rematches, and Roach's performance has only added fuel to the fire. This time, he's not just fighting to earn respect, he's fighting to finish what he started. The question now is, will Davis be able to put the controversy behind him and prove that he's still the fighter everyone thought he was, or will Roach shock the world once again? For Davis, the rematch is a chance to reassert his dominance, to show that his knockout power and ring IQ haven't diminished, and to put to rest any questions about his capabilities. Interestingly, when Davis was asked about the possibility of a rematch, he didn't seem overly enthusiastic. While he did express a desire to fight Roach again, there was a sense of uncertainty in his tone. "I'm not sure, bro. I'm definitely not sure, but hopefully we can get it before. No, it probably won't be this year." Many interpreted his response as a sign that he was not entirely eager to go back into the ring with Roach so soon. Perhaps it's the pressure of the first fight that Davis is still dealing with, or perhaps he believes that a loss to Roach would damage his reputation beyond repair. But the clock is ticking, and the longer the rematch is delayed, the more pressure builds on Davis to settle the debate once and for all. Despite Davis's hesitation, Roach has been relentless in his pursuit of a rematch. Since the fight, Roach has been everywhere from major podcasts to media interviews and social media, keeping the conversation alive and ensuring that people don't forget about the controversy. Roach's post-fight social media activity, which included calling out Davis's fans, has generated significant discussion, further intensifying the debate. The more Roach keeps the conversation going, the more pressure he puts on Davis and the Boxing Commission to arrange a rematch. Roach knows exactly what he's doing. By challenging Davis's fans and keeping his name in the headlines, he's making sure that the controversy doesn't die down, ensuring that when the two fighters eventually meet again, the hype will be even greater. Beyond the rematch with Roach, Davis's career has also become more complex. His once untouchable aura has begun to fade. Many fans who once saw Davis as invincible are now questioning his future in the sport. His fight with Roach raised doubts about whether Davis's best days are behind him. His supporters are wondering if he is slowing down, and even undefeated prospects like Julian Gonzalez, who once thought Davis would dominate, have admitted that they were surprised by the outcome of the fight. Gonzalez, who initially thought Davis would win, said, "I think I had Lamont. I'm not going to lie, but I wasn't mad at the draw. Lamont surprised me a lot." It's clear that Roach has made an impact, and his performance against Davis has elevated his status within the sport. But Davis isn't the only one who has been in the spotlight since their first fight. Roach's life has changed dramatically. No longer just another contender, Roach has become a well-known name in the sport. His following on social media has skyrocketed, and he's even had to start walking around with security. The level of attention he's receiving is unlike anything he's experienced before, and it's evident that his performance against Davis has thrust him into the limelight. "Literally overnight it changed," Roach said. "I can't do the same stuff that I used to do, like I can't go to the grocery store, I can't go anywhere. It's crazy. Roach's life is now different, and the pressure is on him to deliver when the rematch finally happens." In addition to Roach and Davis, another name is beginning to make its way into the conversation: Shakur Stevenson. While Davis and Roach are focused on their rematch, Stevenson has been steadily climbing the ranks, and fans are beginning to wonder if he will eventually face Davis in the ring. Stevenson is known for his exceptional defensive skills and ring IQ, and many believe that he could pose a serious challenge to Davis, given his ability to neutralize an opponent's offensive output. For Stevenson, the prospect of fighting either Davis or Roach is intriguing. According to veteran trainer Abel Sanchez, however, Stevenson may need to adjust his approach if he is to defeat either fighter. "Shakur has to be a little more forceful," Sanchez said. "I don't think his current approach will work against a fighter like Lamont or Gervonta." Stevenson has made it clear that, regardless of what happens with the Davis-Roach rematch, he intends to remain active. After his upcoming fight, he plans to move back down to 130 pounds to challenge for a title there. "After I beat Tank, I'm going to go back down to 130 and handle some smoke that I got down there," Stevenson said. "I wanted to unify at least one belt at 130, so whoever the champions are, hopefully, I can line them up and take them out." One of the names that Stevenson has mentioned as a potential opponent is Vasyl Lomachenko, a fight that would certainly excite fans. Another name that Stevenson has mentioned is Shakur, and this matchup has generated a lot of interest from fans. Many are calling for a fight between Stevenson and Shakur, as it would be a clash of two of the best young talents in the sport. As for Davis, his fight with Roach showed that he is no longer the clear favorite in the lightweight division. Roach's performance forced Davis to fight on his terms, and it's clear that Roach is capable of competing at the highest level. Whether Davis will be able to bounce back from the controversy of the first fight remains to be seen. If he does take on Stevenson or Roach in a rematch, he will need to prove that his skills and knockout power haven't diminished. As for Stevenson, his defensive abilities will certainly make him a tough opponent for either Davis or Roach, but his challenge will be finding the right balance between defense and offense to secure a victory. In the end, the biggest question surrounding the lightweight division is how Davis will respond to the growing pressure. Will he rise to the occasion and prove that he is still the fighter that many believe him to be, or will Roach or Stevenson expose him as a fading star? Fans are eagerly awaiting the answers to these questions, and the rematch between Davis and Roach promises to be one of the most exciting and unpredictable fights in recent memory.